Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another live video. So I thought it would be a good idea to do a story time, but I don't know how I feel about sharing this story with you guys because it's a bit strange, it's a bit embarrassing, it's a bit like, I feel like it's gonna be one of those stories where people think, what the heck? You know, like what the heck? So, as you can see from the title, it's I was led in by a crocodile, right? So let's get into this. Thank you so much for the like, okay? So let's get into this video. So let's start from the very beginning. So in 2015, October, it was end of October-ish, right? Me and half of my family flew out to Jamaica, right? I feel like you guys are going to predict what's going to happen in this story. So we flew out to Jamaica. I was in my 20s at the time. I was uh, coming up to my late 20s, right? Um, and so we flew out to Jamaica for a few days, and we decided to go on a few trips whilst we were out there, okay? And one of the trips was located in a place in Jamaica called Black River, okay? So we went on the Black River safari trip, right? And before getting onto this trip, I just remember taking lots of photos because when I was like younger, I just wanted lots of pictures for, the internet, for Instagram, for Facebook. Um, yeah, I just wanted like the best, so people can like look at me and think, wow, look at Tanya's life. Like that's how I used to live. So I just remember taking a lot of pictures, fashion pictures especially. And then before we got onto the boat, I remember that it was me, my mom, and a guy that worked there. We were all standing like far away from each other. And I just remember seeing a crocodile, right? So this crocodile was on the pavement, but it was far away from us, right? And I just remember looking at it, right? And I, guys, when they say young and stupid, I feel like I didn't have much brain cells when I was younger, obviously, because I just looked at this crocodile and I was like, I just said out loud to like my mom, and the man that worked there could hear me. I said, I'm gonna go over to the crocodile. And it's a good thing I said it out loud. So, hello, is it Proud United? How are you? So yeah, so my plan was to go over the crocodile, get up close and personal, and make to see what it does because when I looked at it from a distance, it just looked peaceful, like it's not going to trouble anybody, and that was luring me in. Thank you so much for saying I look pretty. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, so I just remember seeing it, and I was like, wow, uh, it looked so peaceful. It looked like it wasn't going to harm anybody, and yeah, so. I remember when I said it, my mom was like, "No, don't go over there," and the guy that worked there was like, "No," and I was like, "Why not?" And then my mom was like, "Of course, it's going to eat you," and I was like, "What, really?" Because I was so deceived by the fact that it was so chilled out, like, um. So anyway, I didn't go over to it. I'm still alive. And then we got onto the boat, and obviously the whole point of the safari trip is that you see the crocodiles in the water, and the water's really black, hence why they call it Black River. And yeah, we got to see a few crocodiles, and I also got to hold a baby crocodile. But thinking back to that, like if I went over to that crocodile, I wouldn't be here today. Um, Yeah, I'm still up. I'm still up. I had a message from somebody on YouTube asking if I was going to go on live tonight, so that's why I've gone on. Um, R&B, that's a strange comment. Thank you so much, Proud United. I hope you're enjoying your day as well. WWE fan said who put the muffin in the freezer. I don't know. Um, I would like to try crocodile at some point. You'd like to eat a crocodile? Wow, interesting. Yeah, so I remember I was telling this story recently to my family, right? The ones that didn't go to Jamaica, because I just, when you talk about stories that everybody already knows, but you want to hear the newest perspective on it, because as you get older, your viewpoints change, and everyone was just like, Tanya, why would you even do that? Like, how did you not see the danger? And I remember I got so fascinated by it, and I started looking up crocodiles online, like how they attack, and they like obviously I learned that they just sit still, and AP said, AP said you people actually eat crocodile. Don't make me laugh. Um, they eat crocodiles in America, really? I didn't know that. Wow, could you imagine eating crocodile? I couldn't either. No. This is funny. There's a few things I've ate and question myself in the mirror afterwards. I am not going to ask you what you ate because I don't want to feel sick tonight. Thank you so much for the like. I don't want to feel sick. um, I know people in the UK eat ducks. I don't eat duck, but I know there's people that do. AP said it's gonna be really chewy. Oh my gosh, I couldn't. Like what? Like obviously crocodiles obviously eat humans, but what other things do they eat? Is it like any? I don't know. Does anybody know what they eat besides humans? Yeah, so I got really fascinated with crocodiles, and I remember like googling it and watching YouTube videos because I wanted to see how they, get their prey, right? And I saw online that they act really still, right, to lure people in, and then as soon as you get close to them, they launch for you, right? So I remember my sister saying to me that that would be their meal for the whole year. She said she can't remember if it's alligators or crocodiles, but she said one of them that if they eat like a human, they don't need to eat for the rest of the year. That's it, they're full for the rest of the year. And then my sister made me laugh. She was like, the crocodile would have gobbled me up in one go. Let me read the comments. It's crocodile, alligator, I forget. They take ages to die. Really? They take ages to die after losing blood. It's odd that evolution hasn't changed in a while. Really? That's fascinating. Oh, AP, I agree with you. They eat anything in water or land. I was thinking that as well. But the thing is, with crocodiles, they're a bit like humans. They can't be under the water for too long. That's the reason why they put their noses above the water or something like that. Can someone correct me? It's like they can swim in water, but like they can't be underwater for way too long. That's why they swim above. Um, Wait, let me read the comments. Yeah, Matthew, I agree with you. Duck isn't a massive like seller in the UK. I agree. I've heard like some people eat it, but obviously it's not really. You wouldn't really see it in the menus in the UK and stuff like that. So I do agree with you. Um, yeah, Rando, that's true. Anything in water. Chinese takeaway is very common in the UK, especially Indian takeaway as well. So popular. Thank you so much for saying God bless you, Joel. God bless you too. These things what a fair few eat, but very gammy. What is that? What is that, Matthew? I can't pronounce it. Feasant. What is it? Hi, Proud United. How are you? And how can you get duck anywhere, not just Chinese? You can get duck anywhere, not just Chinese. Not everyone orders duck at a Chinese. You saw a Chinese menu. There was about 150 items. Oh, somebody said love a Brummy accent. I love you too. Thank you so much. Um, I like duck spring rolls. I've never tried duck before. AP said they live up to 75 years. That is insane. This is so interesting, like learning more facts about them actually. It's a bird. Okay, let me go back to your comment. Yeah, some people do eat bird actually. I'm good, thank you, Proud United. How are you? Is that Manchester United? If it's Manchester United, we have a lot of fans in my house that love Manchester United. Um, yeah, so I was looking online and they launched at people, and I was looking at the speed, so they're very fast, so it's very hard to run away from them. And I was so creeped out by how they walk as well. Their hands so, walking really weird, and I was just like, oh my God, I just pictured like the fact that if I walked over to it, I wouldn't stand a chance. It would have just launched at me and aimed me. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't laugh at that. It's not even funny. Don't you find that a lot of young people do like really stupid things like what I would have done? It's like I feel like young people risk their lives. They don't think about the dangers, and they're very fearless. They don't fear many things. Like I just remember like the days when I would walk on the streets late at night, 3 a.m. after a night out, I'd walk back home. And when you think about things like that, it's crazy. Like, um, isn't it a bird that likes to stand in the road and not move when a car comes? Clueless, but that actually made me laugh. They don't want to budge. Thank you so much for the like. Um, Proud United said okay. Matthew, yeah, okay. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say I am. I'm a brummie. Are you a brummie, Matthew? Yeah. Literally 8 it's a gamble. I was in my 20s then. I used to like if I went partying, I was about 24, 23 and 20, no, 23. Wait, I was 23 at the time, and I was in a student accommodation at the time, and we were like close to like the city centre, and I'd remember like there would be nights I'd walk back on my own at 3 a.m. and you know what, it's God that kept me safe, because there's no way I could just get there and back on my own safe. It's crazy. But I would be scared inside. I'd be looking behind me. I was really like scared, and I was like, I'd be so grateful when I'd get to my destination safe. Um, 1 second, guys. Oh, thank you so much for saying I'm your favorite live streamer. Thank you so much. Oh, Matthew said I used to do that years ago, walk back solo, etc. Late at night times have changed. Most are carrying knives. Yes, a lot of people are carrying knives now. Not me, but a lot of people are. The world has changed. It's not as safe as it used to be. Um, Hi, Pro United. Oh, you're from Birmingham. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, so when you look at like wildlife and stuff like that, it's just crazy how, um, some people don't see the danger. And I just remember like wanting to go over to it. I think, the fact that animals are so smart where they can just be very still and peaceful, like they're not troubling anybody. That's what lured me in, because I thought, okay, it's not going to do anything wrong. I'll just go over to it, and it's crazy. Have I pinned a comment? I don't know if I have. I think I pinned somebody's comment. So sorry. I was wondering why I'm seeing the message twice. Right, let's read the comments. AP said, I bet your head would be on a swivel looking forward and backwards. That like literally. Literally, like, oh my gosh. I was very, very lucky. I must have had a guardian angel watching over me, because there's no way. The amount of times I did it on vacation as well. I did it in Greece. I would go on a night because I was on holiday on my own, and I would walk back on my own, and I would try and walk near British people that were nearby, especially if it's guys. I would try and walk near them so it looked like I was with them. And then sometimes if I saw somebody from my hotel, there were 3 guys from London, and I remember saying to them, "Can I walk with you guys, please?" And they were like, "Yeah." They were sound. Um, Thanks for the hug, you proud united. They sense fear also. Is that AP? Are you saying that towards crocodiles, or are you saying that towards people that are walking out late at night on their own? Um, Matthew, Ma- Matthew said, "Yeah, you pinned me. I kind of felt wanted for that short to me." That made me laugh so much. I feel like that comment should be pinned actually. Thank you so much for the like, guys. Oh gosh, what am I doing? Any wild animals? That is true. Oh my gosh, you know what it makes me think of as well? Do you know when people walk um at the beach at night? Obviously, people in the UK, not everyone can relate to this because not all of us live by the beach in the UK, but I'm talking about like anyone that goes to the beach, right? You should know that you should never go to the beach at night. There's something about the sea that calls you in and it lures you in, and you just want to walk in it. And you know, we know the sea is unpredictable, it's dangerous. Um, yeah, I'm also scared of dogs. I'm not scared of them in terms of I've got a phobia. I'm just always scared that, I have never had a dog in my life, and since I've been a small child, I was scared of dogs for whatever reason. I don't know. I think it was a learned phobia, but dogs always bark at me because they can sense that I'm scared. So then that makes me more scared when they start barking. Um, Matthew's making me laugh. We know late at night we're stripping down, walking in a sea. Oh, what do they call it now? Is it called guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it called skinny dipping when you do that? Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of people do that actually. That that actually made me like smile where people just, strip off and run into the sea like, hey, that kind of like holiday vibe. Literally, that's just like painted that in my head. Yeah, skinny dipping. It's right. Am I correct? Skinny dipping, right? Um, this conversation is really good. So many like different topics, and it's really making me picture myself at the beach at night. Um, yeah, I remember I stayed all night on a beach, and I remember like as it became like morning, it was a cold night, but what was beautiful was as the sun came out, the sun started to warm my skin, and it was beautiful. It was such a nice experience. Um, wow. When I was young, I do miss being young sometimes. I know I'm still technically young now, but like I do actually miss like my 20s, purely because I feel like um, I really, did a lot of things that, I could have done more things, but, I lived life like took adventures, and now I'm just boring. And now I don't really have many stories to tell anybody in my 30s, like there's not much to say. Like when I hit my 40s, I mean, I'm not gonna have most of my stories are going to be in my 20s because I don't really have much tales to tell. AP said the experience is literally. Uh, I haven't done skinny dipping before. I'm not that brave to get my kit off. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have done it in their life. Matthew said, yeah, I can picture myself late at night stripping down and sticking a toe in the sea, being like, nope, and getting warm again. Literally. We'll leave that to the young people. We'll leave it to them. AP says skinny dipping, no chance, no chance. AP, not even like with a few beers down you, you're not even gonna go in the sea. This is actually funny. Guys, literally in my head, all of us right now are at the beach and it's pitch black outside and you can just hear the crashing of the waves. Like, how beautiful is that? I knew Matthew was gonna say nudist beach. He said just go to nudist beach. Fair few in the UK. I tried it, but it was cold. Oh, it was my but it was cold. That was my excuse. We have, guys, I didn't know that. We have nudist beaches in the UK. I did not know that. I really didn't know. I've never been to a nude beach though. I've never been to one. Do you think like anyone like guys, you know the nude beaches, right? Do you think there's anyone that actually goes there fully clothed? I don't know why I'm saying that. Could you imagine that everyone's like stripped off and then you get that one person that walks through fully clothed? There's gotta be. I mean, how does it work? Do people just like, is there a place where you just stand and you all take clothes off? Or am I just asking stupid questions? AP said, Matthew, you're brave. How was it? Oh my gosh. Just Google them and enjoy. It's 80-year-old Bali's 90% of the time. Really? Oh yeah, because nude it's usually old people that go to these beaches, right? That's true actually. Because I remember someone telling me, I remember someone, oh, don't even ask why we was having this conversation, but I remember ages ago I was talking to someone online and they were telling me that the nudist beaches have like the old people there and they were saying like there's not much to see. Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing at that. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's actually hilarious. I do. You know what, guys? If there's anybody on this conversation that's underage, I do apologize for this conversation. Just click X, please. Um, but I'm sure my audience are like people in like between 30 to 60 years old that watch my lives anyway. I don't really get any minors watching my videos. Um, Matthew said AP goes to one. I went with high hopes and left with a bucket and a spade from the shame. Oh, that's so sad. Why with the shame? Like, okay, I don't know if I should ask that question, but now I'm curious. Why with the shame? This is actually funny. AP, that's gonna have to be on your next bucket list. You're gonna have to tell us or how you get on at the at the beach. No questions asked. I'm actually enjoying this live. It's actually hilarious. Guys, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't miss anything then, did I? Yeah, very, very interesting convo. Yeah. Do you ever see like oh, do you know I always watch as well like videos, not very regular, but you know videos of uh crocodile attacks in the sea. No, not crocodile attacks in the sea. Sorry, guys, shark attacks. Yeah, it just made me think of that. Like, with the risks we take, going into the sea, you just don't know what may happen, right? And I was like watching a lot of shark attack videos, and it was crazy. Especially like sometimes you just go in the sea, and then you hear stories of people feeling something tugging at them, and you're just thinking, wow, we really take a chance. I remember like because I can't really swim, guys, and I remember if when I went on holiday with my family, my mum would tell me don't go too far out into the sea, and obviously I would think about sharks. I would think about the waves because the waves can take you away as well. The sea is so unpredictable, so unpredictable. But I need to start watching these videos because once I watch all these crazy videos, it makes me so paranoid about everything. Like literally, I go outside now and I'm watching all these scary videos. I'm just thinking the worst is gonna happen. AP said, "Did you ever see the shark attack in Egypt about 2 years ago?" No. What happened? Was it several people? Was it one? I'm so curious now. I'm so like fascinated with watching videos on like how people like get killed and like like in terms of like attacks like that, or like death experience. I don't know why, or people falling off cliffs and stuff like that. It's like YouTube keeps putting these things on my recommendations, and then I end up clicking on them because the title just lures me in. Um Matthew said the sea is the best feeling with the not knowing makes it more fun. Ah, you're a daredevil, Matthew. You are a daredevil. You like to live taking risk. AP said a Russian tourist. Oh my God, I feel so scared to read this. Oh my God. But the thing is, like, I always talk with these kind of stories with my brother as well. So I love these stories, but I'm just so scared to like read it. So a Russian tourist swam in the Egyptian Sea 2 years ago, and the shark savaged him in Sharm el. How do you pronounce that, guy? Sharm el Sheikh. I don't know how to pronounce it. Really, just attacked him like that. Was he like on a boat trip or anything like that? Because I know a lot of people dive like off a boat and then off a ship or whatever you call it, a boat, yeah, boat, and then they just start swimming in the middle of the sea. People, oh my God, I remember I was in Turkey. This has nothing to do with shark. I just remember we were like on a boat trip and people like just diving into the middle of the sea, and I was just like, no, I'm just not doing that. I watched a video that of a guy that was on a cruise ship. He was a young boy, and he literally jumped off the cruise ship, and like people were recording him, like his friends. I think he was probably being like dared. You know when people are with the friends and they will do something like crazy, and one of them was like there was a shark nearby, and then one of them was like bye bye, like, and everyone in the comments was like whoever said bye bye is so toxic, because it's like he disappeared after that, like no one saw him again. So obviously a shark got him, but the person that was like bye bye, young people that just say like sometimes they say the worst dummy stuff, and they're not thinking about what they're saying. Do you know what I mean? Yup, it was in the paper and the videos. Oh my goodness. That is sad. That's really sad. Matthew's made an interesting comment. He said, I think fear is what holds you back. More exciting, just not knowing and taking the gamble. I like the fact that you said that because I do live in fear a lot. I'm very cautious. I do overthink a lot as well. Um, I mean, imagine me casually swimming, next thing a shark starts swinging me around. I mean, yeah, I'll be a gun. I'm not gonna laugh at that. You know what? I'm not gonna laugh. I don't want that to happen to me because I find that when you laugh at things, it actually comes back on you. So I'm so scared to laugh. Oh my gosh, trust me, AP. Matthew has got the YOLO spirit. Imagine, guys, I'm not bullying you here, Matthew, but imagine you're saying all this on YouTube and you're literally somebody that doesn't take risk in real life. Could you imagine? Most I have had is a fish nearby my toe in the sea, and I booted its head like, get out of here. Yo, people actually get fishes, in the spa, in some places where the fishes nibble at the hard skin of the feet. I had an interesting fact about that. My brother told me that they actually starve the fishes. They starve them just so that they will eat people's dry skin on their feet, which was very interesting. Yeah, but there's so many stories. I watched a video as well. This isn't really related to this, but uh, I don't know where it was recorded. I'm guessing it could have been India, but I'm not sure because they didn't put the location, but I could hear like Indian language, and the waves were really crashing up at the rocks. And there was like two people taking a selfie, and there was one lady standing in front of the waves, and then it crashed her down. The water covered people. And then I had to watch it twice because it said like two people taking a selfie died. And then literally when I watched it again the second time, when the waves went down, everyone was fine, but then they started swimming. When I say swimming, the waves took them away and people couldn't rescue them because it would be too dangerous. Because When that tide like pulls you in, you've had it. There's no way you can get away from it. AP said, "Yup, it eats the dead skin." Literally, yeah, it eats the dead skin. Matthew said, "Oh yeah, had that." Really, you had it done in a Benidorm? Really? See, I'm ticklish on my feet. I feel like I've always been ticklish, right? Anyone touches my feet bottom, I don't like it. I feel so ticklish. It's one of my fears. Like when people, when people tickle you. Well, I haven't been tickled in a long time, but you know when they tickle you, one of my, how can I explain? When I was a kid, when you pretend, when you say that you're not ticklish, right? Well, this is what I used to say. I used to pretend I was strong and I would say I'm not ticklish. And then, when people start trying to tickle you everywhere, right? Okay, that sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. And then I was always scared that they would tickle my feet because that was the spot where I would really laugh. Um, AP said, my fear is snakes. Water current is deadly, very. You know, snakes are very dangerous, aren't they? I think people fear them because they bite. Like if they get you, that's it. And you notice when animals attack, I don't know about snakes, but you notice like when wild animals attack, they always go for the neck. I shouldn't laugh at that. They always attack the neck to take you down. It's crazy like how these animals know how to kill people. Do you think it's crazy? Yes, water current is very deadly. It's crazy how, you can't beat it. Like there's nothing you can do to get out of it. Once it takes you, that's it. But you know what makes me think of? I think it was Aquaman I watched. When you see like the mermaid calling people into the water. That wasn't the reason, but it makes me think when the water does that. Imagine if there's mermaids doing that. Sorry guys, I'm gonna stop with that. Um, Matthew said, "I'm ticklish. It's weird when they first do it, but weird as your Oh, I'm ticklish. It's weird when they first do it, but weird as your body adjusts within a minute and starts feeling." I get what you mean. So when they were like eating at your feet, you were ticklish at first, but then you got used to it. That's interesting. I don't know if that would work for me though, because I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'd be giggling and moving my feet around. But I could probably give it a try actually. Was your feet like, did you have a lot of dead skin? Was your feet like really like it needed it? Like, how did your feet feel after it? Did it get rid of the dead skin? Like, okay, that sounds like a stupid question. Maybe I need to try it out. But yeah, a lot of interesting stories, guys. I love when like the topics go so random. But yeah, and I just, when you think about like life and near death experiences, it's crazy how much that we do dodge death. Like it's crazy. Um, just get them web toes out and get them nibble. You made me laugh so much, Matthew. You actually made me laugh. Oh my gosh, you crack me up. You actually crack me up. I need a Matthew in my life, right? So when I'm like chickening out and saying I don't want to do this, you'd be like, get them toes out and get them nibbled on. What's Benidorm like? Was Benidorm good? I feel like Benidorm is a popular destination, right? A lot of people do go. I've never been to Benidorm. Has anybody here actually seen a crocodile in real life? Has anyone actually seen one? Out of curiosity. Like what has anybody seen a shark? Like I shouldn't be asking these questions, but yeah. Has anybody I'm sure everyone here has seen a snake, because I know in the UK, they used to have people coming into schools and you get to hold a snake. Um Trust me, just book and go. You'll love it. I'll go every year. Do you know what? Matthew's turning me into like a daredevil where I don't know what's gonna happen. I have to go. I have to go to these places. You're trying to give me that mindset. Guys, I remember when I flew out to Barcelona, I was so scared for my life because I was flying alone. Guys, I don't like to go anywhere alone unless I know the place. Does that make sense? So obviously, like say if I was to get on a train and go to Liverpool on my own, that would freak me out. It actually freaks me out just not knowing where I'm going, and if I don't know the place well, I just don't like it. Um, Saying that though, I did go to London on my own, but when I got off the train station, I didn't go far away from the train station until my friend came to meet me. I remember I literally got off the train and then I was walking, but in my head, I was pretending that I knew where I was and pretending I knew where I was going, right? And then I walked for a bit and then I was like, right, I need to charge my phone. So I found a coffee shop and I literally stayed in a coffee shop for ages, charging my phone. First, I went into McDonald's though, and then I went to a cafe and I was there for time. That was winter though. Um, that was the last time I went to London. Um, our AP loves traveling. Wow, you went to America. How was it? And where in America did you go? And tell me, like, where did you see this crocodile? Okay, obviously you saw it in water, but like, where was you? Or um, yeah, literally, Matthew. Like, when I flew to Barcelona, right, I was really nervous, and then I remember just really like planning like where I need to go. Like, I was really like on it. Like I was like, okay, when I get off the airport, I need to get this bus, and then I need to get off at this stop, and I was really researching it. And I just remember like asking them like which bus I need to catch, and then I got onto the bus, and then I got off the bus stop, and it was like in the middle of a town centre, so scary. There were so many people, and I just remember being at the stop waiting for my friend to come and collect me, and my friend literally hid. Can you believe? I'm scared for my life, and then out of the blue, my friend's like, "Boo!" I never laughed so much in my life. I was so scared. I was like, okay, when is he coming? When is he coming? And then he just, out of the blue, he just scared me and he thought it was hilarious. Let me read the comments. Ah, interesting. AP said Florida has a lot of crocodiles, or do they call them alligators? Interesting. We need an American person on this live right to answer these questions. Alligators, you see more of those in your general shops as they sell the heads of their alligators. Stop it. From anywhere from $10. Let me try and say it in American accent. Guys, oh my god, any American person that watches this is gonna laugh at me. So alligators, you see more of those in the general shops as they sell the heads from anywhere from $10 to $120. can't I can't do the American accent. Florida, it was years ago. I went now. I went when Hurricane Katrina. Oh, I remember the Hurricane Katrina hit, but that hit 10 days after being there. Oh my goodness! But we knew it was coming. But if we cancelled the holiday, we lost our money. Oh my God! I don't know what I would have done in that case. Don't they? Okay, if there's going to be like a hurricane or something, surely like the travel companies aren't they supposed to let you reschedule, or they're just being stingy? Stop it, AP. The crocodile in Florida, the crocodile with the alligators, what am I calling it, crocodiles? They just pop out on you. What the heck? What the heck? I can't believe that. Alligators just pop out of nowhere. Candyman! Thank you so much for saying happy late Easter. Thank you so much. Same to you as well. How are you doing? Matthew said, type in alligator heads for silent Florida on Google. It's interesting. I really wonder why they do that. Like, why would anyone want a crocodile head? Do you know that reminds me of guys, please help me out because my brain is not very good and I don't have much knowledge around this. Don't you know like in horror movies or some place in the US, right? You see in movies, don't they have like is it a bull's head or something? Like you see on the correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure it's a bull. The head on the head on the wall. Why do they do that? This is such an interesting conversation, guys. Oh, don't you know, America, they have some like crazy horror movies. Wasn't there a movie based on a real life story? I remember being a kid and my mum was telling me about it. She said, she said something like, there was a place in America, right? And I can't remember how she worded it. I think it was like a middle of nowhere because in America they've got a lot of places like that where there's like it's like like a stranded area where it's like you're the only person there and no one else is around. Oh God, I'm so scared, guys, telling this story. My heart is beating out my chest. I hate horror movies, right? I don't watch the horror movies anymore, but it still makes me scared. I freak myself out because I feel like I'm when I'm a kid again, and it's when it's night time. I'm like I'm scared to look out the window. I'm so scared, guys. Literally, I'm so freaking out. Oh, I'm so scared. I feel like someone's gonna come and get me. I'm literally like getting freaking panic attacks right now. I'm not gonna take them out panic attacks, but my heart is beating out my chest. Um, there was like someone in the middle of nowhere, and I think what happened was anytime people came to where he lived, he would kill them or something like that. Is it the chainsaw or something? Something like that. Um, but I remember my mom telling me that it was based on a real story, and that's what scares me about America. I feel like there's some places where there's some crazy people living in the middle of nowhere and they just attack you. Um, what does that mean, AP? Is hunting memorabilia? What is that? Is that a place? Um, couldn't move the holiday, but you know what best time we went also as people in Florida moved states. So I went around all the theme parks on our queues for the whole first 10 days. Oh, that's nice because I feel like in America you can imagine the queues are huge. Like worse than Alton Towers. I've never been to Alton Towers, but I heard their queues, you waiting 8 hours, waiting long to get on a ride. Um, I'll say it worked out in your favor. Was you not scared? Okay, maybe you wasn't because you don't really you're not really scared of the unknown, but it must have been so scary. Smile, you're on camera. Hi, how are you? Um, AP said to keep the stuffed head of an animal is hunt. Ah, I get you. Oh yeah, for hunting, it's like having a trophy, right? It's like to say it's like to prove that you did it. Interesting. Candyman put laugh out loud. um, Matthew said America is guys, this is Matthew words, not mine. America is insane. Many don't leave their own country as it's that big and every state is different. It's amazing. Yes, I agree. I'll go back to that comment a bit. Yes, Matthew is a chainsaw. I can't say the last word, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. AP said you're a trophy. Uh, basically, Matthew, I'm scared of heights. Yeah, if I go to Alton Towers, it's gonna be pointless as I'm scared to go on big scary rides. Matthew said, "I'll dump. I can't speak. I'll dump you on a few. Yeah, you would, and you probably leave me on the roads on my own as well." AP said, "Chainsaw." I can't say the last word. It was based on a true story. That is sad. That's really sad. That's scary as well to think about it. America keep doing like movies based on true stories. I know everyone does that, but like I feel like America's known for doing the worst, craziest stories and putting it into a movie as well. We'll go back to the comments. So Matthew was talking about how in every state it's different. Yeah, do you know what? I feel like in America, right, if I lived in and he said the UK, if I lived in America, I wouldn't really go on vacation in other countries because it's like every state is different. I agree with you. Like I've never been to America, but obviously from what I see on the internet, like you got New York, that's basically like a bigger version of London, I think. Obviously I feel like London looks better than New York though. Sorry, I have to say that. London looks better. But then you've got like you got some there's some amazing views in America, like a lot of cliffs and stuff like that. A lot of amazing places to see. Um, yes, AP, definitely a trophy. It's like, yeah. I'm glad that you said that because I used to see that like in movies, but I never understood like why they had it. But it makes sense. Um, has everybody here been to Alton Towers? Matthew said, I'll wave you off. Please don't do that. Guys, I ended up on a roller coaster once in my life. When I say roller coaster, I mean a scary one. And I don't think I'd do that again. So I have been on like roller coasters, you know, the little mini ones, the ones that are not too scary, they're not too high, like the baby ones. I've been on like stuff like that. But literally, I went to Drayton Manor with my brother and um my mum's friend's daughter, but they're around the same age. So them like my brother and my mum's friend's daughter was around the same age, but obviously I was older, and they are daredevils. They were literally my brother will literally go on any ride, but I'm like I like to play it safe. I'm the person that goes on bumping cars, and then I remember I had to stay with them because obviously if I separate from both of them, I'm gonna lose them. So they were waiting to get on this massive ride, this roller coaster, but the queue was massive. And I said to them, I'm gonna stay in the queue with you guys, and then when you guys are about to, get on it, I'll go. But they were like, how are you gonna get out? Because obviously I don't know what I was thinking, guys. I didn't want to just stand somewhere on my own and not knowing how long it's going to take for them to get up there because I could be standing there for hours. But I just thought if I stand with them, I can see how long it's taking. And then, um, guys, I gotta read your comments. Of course, Alton Towers. Oh, you've been AP. Hi, Luke. No, I've never been to Stourport. No, I've never been there. Um, what's there? Yeah, so I remember like I was on the queue and they were saying the girl was saying you're gonna go on it, and I was like, no, there's no way I'm going on this ride. And she was like, how are you gonna get back down? Because obviously I'm up the stairs and there's a massive queue behind me. And I was like, I'll just go back. And then the more we were getting closer to the ride, I was like, should I just go on it? And I kept thinking, should I go on it? Do you know what happened, guys? I ended up going on the ride. And I regretted it like crazy. It was so scary. I was on this massive roller coaster, being scared for my whole life. And I remember my mom saying to me, she wouldn't have went on it. Like, meaning that if she was me, she wouldn't have done it. Because that was me giving into peer pressure. And I was just like, there was nothing else. There was no other option for me. It's either that or stand on my own for like a couple of hours. Um, People die on rides as well. Guys, that keeps popping up on my YouTube feed as well. People like dying on these rides when it goes wrong. Oh my God, it's so scary. I think after watching those videos, I'm not going to any theme park ever again in my life. Um, AP, say what? I used to get on rides drunk when I was younger. What an experience. Could you imagine throwing up? Uh, no way. I feel like if when you're drunk, no, you don't really fear things as much. I don't know. That's just my personal experience. When I used to get drunk, whatever I was scared of, I was no longer scared. I was more like more what's the word, more brave or confident. Matthew, Matthew, literally, I took a glance at your first sentence. I just laughed when you said headlock. You said, Matthew said, Matthew said, Tanya, I'm gonna get you in a headlock and get you outdoors to experience some bloody place. You actually cracked me up. You actually cracked me up. That's actually funny. I'm gonna have to change the title of this video because anyone that watches this back, they're gonna think, wait, 49 minutes of her talking about being lured by a crocodile, and it's been so many topics. You know why I'm laughing? Because like the banter that me and my sister have, I always tell her I'm gonna put her in a headlock, so it's just funny to hear somebody saying that back to me. Ife's laughing. Yeah. I need to get out there, don't I, guys? I need to get out there and enjoy life a little. I need to go to the US, look for the alligators in Florida. I need to get tools and towers. I need to go to a beach. I'm not going to say what beach. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is such an interesting convo. Very different, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm back. Um, Imagine introducing to our relatives. Could you imagine? People would be thinking, what the hell is going on? In a polite headlock. Literally. Like it's just the norm. Like it's just a normal behaviour. Oh my God, do you know what, guys? I know this is going back onto another topic, but you know when I was talking about how I used to walk around at like 3 a.m. going back home? Um, this is so off topic, but I remember when I switched jobs, because I used to work in a nightclub in Birmingham. And Matthew said, right, AP, she has gone. The plan is put her on the biggest. Oh my God, the biggest ride in our. Oh, I would be dead. I don't think I could. You would have to blindfold me because to see the ride. Oh my goodness. I remember when I was at high school, right, and we had activities day. So once a year, towards the end of the term, is it called coming up to summer? What do they call it? End of term? I don't know. You guys get what I mean anyway. So we had activities day. It was like a reward, and if you was good at school, you'd get to go on trips. People that were naughty, they got removed from activities day and they'd have to go into school. Or people that couldn't afford the trips would just come into school anyway, like a normal day. But I remember you could only choose one place, and you had Drayton Manor, you had Alton Towers. And I remember asking my mum, and my mum was like, Tanya, you will not survive Alton Towers. All the rides are scary. They're all big rides. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Drayton Manor. But I remember some people selected to go to Alton Towers. I remember that. But then luckily enough I had someone to come with me to Drayton Manor. But yeah, I can imagine all the rides. Is my mum right that all the rides were scary, big rides? I don't think I'd survive, guys. I used to be a manager in a nightclub in Birmingham, the good old prison. Wow, you worked in prison? I literally went there before. Is it the one that's on Broad Street? I literally went to prison before. This is funny. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, it's basically at the end of the road. Is it where Gatecrasher used to be? AP said Chessington. That's another theme park, isn't it? I've never been to there either. Wait, the shop did you work in prison until they closed it though? Because they shut it, didn't they? The old Gatecrasher, I left the nightclub life. I used to always go to Gatecrasher. I used to always go. Yeah, I went to prison once before lockdown. I went to no, I went. How many times did I go? I think I went to prison 2 times. Yeah, I went to prison 2 times. Um, Interesting experience. Yeah, I went twice with my sister actually. One was like my sister's work night out. I tagged along, and the first time we went, I literally because I like different types of music, and they had a reggaeton night, which is like Spanish music, and I went there just for that because I wanted to experience it, and yeah. I used to work in Barisa though. I used to work in Barisa a long time ago. They changed it to Roses though. What's Chessington like, AP? What is it like? Because I've never been. Oh, you left years ago. I was getting old. I wasn't feeling the vibe of nightclubs, especially leaving. Yes, I can. Oh my gosh, I can relate to you. Oh my gosh, I hate working nights. I hate it so much. When I used to work, yeah, when I used to work nights, I was getting sick of it as well. I was getting sick of watching people drunk, and I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do it. Some people like that atmosphere. They like to work in those kind of environments. They don't mind it, but it's just not for me. Yeah, pubs are more chilled, aren't they? And you can actually speak to people as well. Whereas a nightclub, the music's too loud, you can't actually talk. And I feel like nightclubs has a lot of drama, problems. Do you know Matthew, do you know DJ Daryl? He used to play R&B music. I wonder if you know him because I know he played in prison. DJ Daryl. I'm trying to think, do I know anyone else in prison? No, I don't really know anyone else. I remember there was like a security guard that worked in prison. She was very strict. She was very strict. Matthew said, when I was 18 to 22, I used to hit Broad Street when it was good and all clubs was open. Then we all went gay bars till like 6 a.m., but it's all dead now. Yeah, the vibe in Birmingham has died now, definitely. I haven't been clubbing in ages. The last time I went clubbing was 2019. That was the last time I went. And then obviously COVID hit and I didn't go since. Yeah, I remember taking, because me and my sister didn't really party much, but I took her to the Players bar. She liked that bar, but I didn't really like it. But I would still go, but it wasn't my favourite bar. Um, I literally remembered like when I worked in Risa, because what happened was Gatecrasher used to get all the celebrities coming to their club. And then I remember Risa got the promoter. They was working with the promoter that gets the celebrities to Gatecrasher, and then we started having celebrities. We had S Club 7 come and perform. So I went there on my day off to watch S Club 7 perform because I used to like S Club 7 when I was a kid. And then I was really scared because I was working the shift when the rapper, the game from the US, came to perform in the club, and I was really scared because we got warned about the fact that his music and who he is as a rapper may promote a different kind of culture in the nightclub where the people might have weapons on them, so we had to have extra security. I remember telling my mom I was so scared, and I was so happy that I wasn't working the floor that he was performing. So I was working on the ground floor, and I just like stayed far away as possible. And I remember the supervisor was telling me that he went into the room that the game was in, and he was smoking. He was smoking a spliff, and he said the room was filled with smoke when he went in there to like talk to the game. Times have changed. Most clubs have shut now. Yeah, there's too much crimes. That's why a lot of crimes. Yeah, I think like a lot of people are bringing weapons, killing people, or attacking people. So yeah, it has changed. It's not the same. AP said S Club 7, literally S Club 7. There was only I know it's called S Club 7, but there was only three people before me. So it was Joe, Bradley, and I forgot, is it Paul? Yeah, Paul was performing. And I remember Bradley touched my hand. Bradley touched my hand because I was on the first row, and I reached my hand out to him, and he actually touched my hand, guys. Well, it's so funny because I worked in Reese at the time, and all the guys was getting excited. They were like, Rachel, Rachel, Rachel. They were so excited because they was like, they want to watch it because they said Rachel. They're thinking Rachel's going to be there, and she didn't turn up. I was getting so hyped for Rachel. Matthew said I was there when will.i.am. Dude, I was at the will.i.am event. I was there. I was at Gatecrasher for will.i.am. I was gonna say that I was there. will.i.am was it was DJing. Yeah, it was DJing. I was in that room. I was there. Oh my gosh. I was actually there. I have pictures of will.i.am as well. Not with him, but I took pictures of him. I literally went to that event on my own, guys. I went to that event on my own because none of my friends wanted to come with me. And then when I got to the event, um, no, DJ Daryl, I don't know if you know DJ Daryl, but he got me to jump the queue. So he was walking up and he said, "Are you on your own?" I said, "No, my friends are inside." I lied because obviously if I say I'm on my own, it's going to make me look like a loser. So he said, "Come with me," and we got to jump the queue because obviously DJs get to go in first. And I just remember watching will.i.am playing the DJ and he was playing the Britney Spears version, I Wanna Scream and Shout. I just remember dancing to that. But did you know that they stole Talisa's song? Talisa from N Dubs, will.i.am stole that song off her and Britney Spears is singing over Talisa's vocals. That's why she's got a British accent in the song. And we all done after party. After was wicked and he was very respectful. I don't know what's the after party because I don't think I did that. I just remember wasn't the will.i.am DJ thing the after party though? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that was the after party for I don't know. Then Mark Wright done a night there and he was really was he? Who's Mark Wright that I don't know him? Michelle Keegan, I'm surprised she was still with him after what I saw. Wait, Michelle Keegan, is that pretty girl that she was in Coronation Street, wasn't she? And then she got killed in Corrie, and now she does different episodes, and she models for Next. Is that her? The one that was having an affair with, what's his name now? Ken Barlow's son. I forgot his name. The one that has a son called Simon. I'm sure that's Michelle Keegan. She was having an affair with him. Not in real life, on Coronation Street. I'm surprised she's still with him after what I saw what he's like. Women sometimes stay with like toxic men anyway. I don't know why. I went to see Disturbed by myself. What's Disturbed? Is that a movie? Yes, Luke, will.i.am. No, Prince William. um Yeah, Prince William. And Matthew said, I got pictures somewhere of after party. It was good to be fair. You couldn't have been there. I would have clocked. Oh, you're so sweet. I literally was there. Guys, should I post a picture to my YouTube post of me at the will.i.am event? Should I post it to my YouTube post section? I was definitely there. I was where they've got the row of seats. Okay, do you remember Gatecrasher where you got the dance floor and then you got the seats? I was at this side, how do I explain it? So facing the DJ booth, I was on the right side. AP said, yeah, it's her. You're so sweet, AP. Matthew said, basically, managers stayed and other members who was VIP. Basically, when I would have had pictures in them. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Do you know, okay, I'm snitching right now, but do you know, roughly, because this is like back in 2014, I would say roughly 2013 or 2014, I was on a night out in Birmingham, right? And I was friends with a girl. She was from Spain, but she was living in Birmingham at the time to study. She worked in Gatecrasher. I have some pictures of her actually. We went to Gatecrasher event. I can't remember what event it was. It was at the daytime. And there was like a cat. We were like walking on a catwalk. I don't know what event it was, but it wasn't like open to the public. And then I got to meet some of the managers there. I don't know his name. Imagine if the manager is you. Would you imagine? I don't think it's you, but there was a manager there, and you know what? On one of the nights out, because Gatecrasher always shut on a Wednesday, I remember we went to walkabout, the club walkabout, right? And the manager there from Gatecrasher was there, and we literally went back to Gatecrasher when it was closed. And he opened up the club, and we were in there, and we had unlimited drinks. Guys, I shouldn't even say that. So we were in the club, and it was me and a couple of friends, and girl from Spain, she was there, and we was just having a good time. And the club shouldn't be open, and we obviously they locked the doors, and we were in there chilling. I don't know why that happened though, but I just remember being there and having a few cheeky drinks for free as well. It was a Wednesday. I remember it being a Wednesday, but I don't know if it was something to do with I don't know if there was a girl there or something that they wanted to go back and show off. I don't know what happened. I hope it's not you, Matthew. I don't think it's you though. I don't think you was that manager. Um it's Kim Marsh. Are you talking about me, AP, or are you talking to Matthew about it being Kim Marsh? Because Kim Marsh went up with Steve McDonald. Guys, I'm so sorry if no one understands what we're talking about. We're talking about a British youth, a UK show, okay? I'm so sorry. If anyone feels left out, just drop a topic down below and we'll talk about that as well. I was so surprised to see Kim Marsh in Coronation Street. When I saw her first like start on that show, I was like her. Because you know when you see like people they're in bands and then the bands don't go anywhere, do you always like see they try and get into something else like Alicia Dixon? It's like they try and they try another route to fame basically. It's very interesting. I mean I don't blame them, you know. I would do the same as well. No, I'm sure Kim Marsh went up with Steve McDonald. There was another girl, I'm sure it's Michelle Keegan. She was really skinny, wasn't she? Skinny, dark haired. She was really pretty. I'm sure she went out with I mean not David, sorry. Um, what's his name? That Simon's dad. I forgot his name. The one that went up with Carla. I thought it was him. Or did Michelle Keegan go with Steve McDonald? I'm confused now. I'm sure it was what's his name now? I forgot his name. I'm trying to think of his name. I know his last name is Barlow, but I can't remember his first name. You got Simon, you've got Ken. Damn, I forgot his name. I don't watch Coronation Street anymore, that's why. Didn't really do daytime, mainly evenings. Lock-ins was normal for many clubs, but most was for certain intentions of people, which is why I did my job and left the club life in total. I don't blame you, Matthew. Just think, Matthew, me and you probably actually walked past each other and we didn't even know. We didn't even know. AP said, oh, actually, it is Michelle Keegan. You're right, my bad. Ken Barlow. Yeah, you're right, AP. Yeah, but what's his son name? What's Ken's son's name? Because you got Tracy, which is not his daughter. Tracy and the one that always drinks. I forgot his name. Um, he's got dark hair. I forgot his name actually. Carla. Because another the other son is called Daniel. You got Daniel. I'm trying to think. He's got a thick accent as well when he talks. I forgot his name. I can't even. Not that it's important, but I actually can't remember his name. Um, does anybody on here actually watch Coronation Street? Because I don't watch it, but I saw on the TV David Platt getting run over, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Because David Platt was trying to like end his life. He got caught up in some drama, and then all I saw was, yeah, Peter Barlow. That is it. Peter Barlow. I can't. Oh, thank you for that because I couldn't remember for the life of me. I couldn't remember his name. Peter Barlow. Yeah, Peter Barlow was having a fling with Michelle Keegan in the show, and then she ended up getting killed. I'm sure it was with Peter Barlow though. There was something going on, and then something to do with a fair. I don't know if it was with Peter Barlow, but I just remember her falling because she was gonna let the secret out. That's how she left the show. The good old YouTube. Matthew, that's really funny. The good old YouTube. I can't remember the manager's name, the one that let us into the club. I just remember he was tall. He had like blonde hair. I think it was blonde hair. Um, the staff were really nice in Gatecrasher though. Really nice staff. Really, really nice. Was you manager in Gatecrasher then? What was your role in Gatecrasher? AP. AP said I haven't seen it in years. You know the old theme tune as well. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Guys, I've been on live for an hour. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I'll have to end this live soon. This is too long. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this video up now. I actually don't want to leave because it's such a good convo. But guys, it is getting late and I have to end this live here. Gatecrasher was a bar manager, then went on to higher management. Which bar did you work in? Because you had different rooms, didn't you? That's amazing. You went into higher management. That's so cool. That's really cool. Did you know, you probably wouldn't know or remember. Do you remember a girl that worked there called Christina? Spanish girl. She had like long curly hair. Yes, I will miss you, Matthew. I will miss you as well, AP. I'll miss all of you guys. It's been a good laugh. Main bar as soon as you walk in. Oh my god, now you test my memory. Wait, you go up the stairs. Oh, the main one where it's like wait, is it the one when you go up the stairs, is it the door when you go into the left? So as you go up the stairs, the left door, is that the main bar in the popular room? Or is it the one where you go straight through the doors and you get greeted on the doors? Is it that one where you got the cloak room? Wait, that's not a bar. I know which one you're on about. You're on about the popular room. When you go in, it's got the I like that room actually. Yes, Christina, and she's got the nose ring and long black curly hair. That was my friend. Yeah, she was my friend. Christina was. Yeah. How did I meet Christina? Oh, let me think. How the hell did I meet Christina? Oh my gosh, how did I meet her? I would have met her on a night out, but I just can't remember how. It could have been at Risa, because obviously that's how I used to meet a lot of people when I went to Risa. But I really, for the life of me, I can't remember how I met her. She must have been at Risa partying, and I must have been partying as well. That's crazy. As soon as you go upstairs, you got the main room, you have the massive bar, then a bar just higher up. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's the main, yeah, I know what you're on about. That's where we went when it was the Wednesday when the manager let us in. We literally went up the higher up bar because that's the VIP section. And I remember going up there and having a cheeky drink. I remember thinking to myself, if we're having drinks without paying, surely that would flag up on stock take. You both most likely met in the twerking competition. She knew how to bloody shake it. Yeah. You know, me and her went to salsa dance classes as well. Do you know what I loved about Christina? I'll tell you what I loved about her. Um, if she wanted to learn something, right, if she ever wanted to learn something, she would tell people to show her. And that really inspired me. She would be like, show me how you do it. Literally, she wanted to know how to, obviously, because our background's Jamaican, she wanted to know how to whine. They call it whine, moving your hips in the Jamaican culture. And I had to show her how to whine. Can you believe? She was like, can you show me how to do that? And I had to show her. Yeah, me and Christina went to salsa dance classes in Players Bar. I remember she was like, "Let's go to salsa." Yeah. He said, he said a twerking competition. Oh my God, back then I used to always dance. I would twerk, I was shaking. When I was younger, I used to always be on that dance floor. Yeah. I remember me and Christina, we went to salsa, we went to bachata classes. Um, that's crazy because I actually thought about Christina the other day and I just thought I remember we used to do all that. Yeah. But I was only friends with her for a short time and then I think because I left Birmingham. I left like I didn't stay for the rest of that year in 2014. I left really early. I left in March because I quit my job at Reset and then I went back to my town. Yeah, I was so done with the nightlife. Matthew said I'm useless at dancing. I'll serve a good cocktail instead. Oh, I could drink a cocktail right now. You literally now I'm picturing myself in a nightclub or at a bar. If she knows who to shake it, then I'm gonna have to what? I'm gonna have to. Let's get the music on. Oh my goodness, you make me laugh. I really don't miss the party life. Could you imagine now being in a nightclub? I just can't. It just makes me so tired to think about it. It really makes me tired. But yeah, clubbing back then was so good. And like I just remember like you'd be walking the streets and there'd always be like somebody on the street playing music. Wow, good old days. Music on drinks, mate. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my God. I used to love having Malibu with lemonade. That used to be like one of my drinks that I used to have. Vodka used to make me feel sick. Matthew said if I go in a nightclub now, I'll be dancing like the guys in between this movie. I haven't watched that movie, but I can just imagine. That's actually funny. Oh, good old days. I thought you wouldn't remember Christina because you know, like some people struggle to remember everyone. I just thought I'm gonna say Christina, and you're gonna be like, I don't know who you're talking about. I can't believe they shut Prism as well. So there's basically is there nothing there in that building now? Is it just empty? Oh, there's so many questions I want to ask you as well. Oh, did she worked in a cocktail bar? See, I never went to Gatecrasher when she was working. I didn't ever go. Yeah, I didn't go then. I just remember thinking, because I worked in Risa at the time when she was working there, I was working at Bar Risa, and I just remember thinking that it must be so awesome to work in Gatecrasher. Yeah, Christina was very good at English as well, you know. Because I remember when I met her, because I love the Spanish language, that's how we became friends. So when I would have met her on a night out, she would have said she's Spanish, and then that's when I would have spoke to her, and then we end up becoming friends. But we didn't meet very often, but because she lived in Edgbaston, I remember, so she lived a bit further away from me at the time, and yeah, we managed to meet up when we could. Yeah. Matthew Matthew said, just ask me those questions over a day. I was gonna do a live video on my first date. I was gonna talk about what my first date was like. I was actually gonna do a live video on that. Do you know what? I messaged her. When did I last message her? Because me and her don't really speak now. Not that there's any problems, we just don't stay in contact. But I remember I messaged her like years back, like you know when your memories pop up on social media, and yeah, I remember messaging her. I just can't remember the message completely, but I don't know where she is. Maybe she's in Spain. I don't know. I never asked her actually, but yeah. Yeah, we kind of didn't stay in touch, which is sad. Um, People drift apart, don't they? They drift apart and they go their own separate ways. Matthew, I'll save that for another video. Curious to know what your first date was like and what happened. Oh, my first date, I met him in Gatecrasher actually. I actually met my first date in Gatecrasher. I'm not going to talk about it in too much detail on it. I'll keep it for a separate video. But the only reason I mentioned that bit is because we're talking about Gatecrasher. Yeah, I remember meeting him in Gatecrasher. Yeah. And I don't want to be a spoiler for saying it now. I remember trying to get away from him. And then I'd go in another room to get away from him and he'd come in that room. Because for some reason, like, uh, on nights out, when guys find a girl and then when the girl starts backing away, they tend to chase them. And I just remember him like looking for me and he found me and I thought, oh my goodness. Why has he found me? I was trying to get away. Matthew said, say no more. Yeah, literally met him in Gatecrasher. And then he messaged me saying, you know, do you want to go for coffee? Yeah, that was my first day. 1 second, guys. Yeah, that was literally my first day. So I was gonna do a live video on it, but I just don't know when. I might do it soon. I don't know, maybe sometime next week. Who knows? Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. We will be on episode 10 by the time I finish the Gatecrasher date. Guys, 1 second. I'm back. Yeah, so yeah, as I was saying, episode 10, because I talk a lot, like there's so many stories, and I did say like ages ago that I was gonna go, and I'm still here. Yeah, but it would definitely have to be a separate video for Gatecrasher date night. Why am I saying no? It was not night that we were on the date, it was daytime. And I was scared for my life as well, can you believe? I wasn't scared completely because I was meeting in a public place, but I was scared the fact that it was my first date. The unknown, um, scared of what's going to happen. AP's disappeared. Um, yeah, so guys, I'm going to use this as a cue to go now. I want to thank you guys so, so much for joining my live and making me laugh tonight. Thank you so much for everyone that's commented on my live tonight. I've enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure. Sorry that the video is so long. I do apologize to anyone that watches this video back live. I'm gonna have to change the title and say say it's a lot of short stories in this video because people are going to be thinking that I've spent like an hour and a half talking about crocodile, low mean. I mean, if I actually spent an hour talking about that, I deserve a medal because there's not much to say about that story. I literally plan to do this video and make it very short, and obviously, you got to just go with the flow sometimes. Maybe it's just me and you. I guess it's just. Get the candle out, Matthew. Get a meal on the table. Can have a candlelit dinner. Matthew says, speaking of a time, beauty, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you as well. Really interesting conversation. It's been funny. Yeah, and I'll be having nightmares about you putting me in a headlock as well. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for joining my live. Thank you so much for the tour, guys. Yeah, I would definitely try and change the title of this video because it's a lot of rambling on, a lot of different topics. I don't want someone to think I spent an hour talking about this topic. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. And also, thank you so much for anyone that does watch this video once I posted it. If you are watching this, if you actually survived, if you are watching this to this point, don't forget to click like on the video as well, just so I know that you made it this far. Yeah, and good night, everyone. Good night, Matthew. Good night, AP. Good night, Lee. Good night, Candyman. Good night, everyone that's joined, guys. I can't remember everyone's names. Matthew said we'll arrange that soon. You have to get me in a headlock first. Yeah. So, guys, take care. Love you all. Okay, everyone, have a good night, a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, wherever you are in the world. That's not a nightmare. That should be excitement. The whole head, literally. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and yeah, enjoy your night as well, Matthew. Sleep well, everyone, and take care. See you all. Bye.